to the city streets, we began to feel the fire.
Alright, welcome back to Funny Computer Up. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to start designing stunning graphics using this amazing software which we call coreldraw. So in this particular video, we are going to look at the introduction of coreldraw. I believe you have your coreldraw in your system, right? So if you don't have your coreldraw in your system, you can reach out to, depending on the country which you are watching this tutorial, you can just reach out to a computer engineer, or let's say somebody that repairs systems. Then he or she can be able to install the software for you. Okay, if you're around me, if you're close by, you can come to our office, then I will install it into your system. All right. So, what is coreldraw? coreldraw is one of the softwares which we use to design graphics. It is amazing software. We also have Photoshop and others, but it is a system software. It's not the one that you have to design using your smartphone. No, for you to be able to use coreldraw, you must have a system. Okay, coreldraw cannot work on smartphone. How to open coreldraw? As you can see on my screen, on my desktop background, I have coreldraw here. Can you see coreldraw S7? coreldraw has different versions. We have version 0.3, we have version Koya Corridor 10, we have version 11, we have version 12, we have version 13. Okay, version 12, you're going to see 1 2 Corridor 1 2, that is 12. But when it gets to 13, you're not going to see 1 3, that is 13. No, what you're going to see is S3, something like this. Now this is Core 17, but you're not going to see 1 7. What you're going to see is S7. So S has been replaced, 1 has been replaced with letter S. So this is Core 17. We have Core 18, we have Core 2019, we have Core 2020, we have Core 2021, we have Core 2022. We have different versions. We also have Core 2024 now. So this year being 2025, more versions will come in. Okay, so irrespective of the version that you are using, just know that you are not left behind. The only thing is this: when a new version is being added, it means that they are actually solving most difficult problems that users do experience on the previous versions. Okay, so let's say for example, now if you're using a smartphone and let's say the camera is not sharp enough, so if the phone producer produce higher versions of that same phone, it means that they are going to still work on the camera, okay, making sure that it solve the user problem, because users also wants their phone camera to be sharp and clear, right? So there is always an improvement on higher versions. Okay, but irrespective of that, we are going to use Core 17. Core 17 is actually common. Okay, for now it's actually common, but whether you are using Core 2021, just know that their interface are just the same, only that there will be higher and more easy ways, okay, that is being added on the higher version. Okay, even for me, I love teaching with Core 17. One of the reasons is, I'm still going to show you one of the reasons, because some years back I started using Core 2021. Observe that the easy thing that we always love in Core 17 is not even easy in Core 2021 again, but only that there are more features that is being added on Core 2021 which you cannot apply same feature while using Core 17. Okay, but irrespective of that, when you're able to understand Core 17 very well, other higher versions won't be difficult for you. Okay, so that is it. So to open CorelDRAW, you can see After installing your corridor, you can see the shortcut here on your screen. Hope you can see it. I'm touching it now with my cursor. Okay, so you can see it here, or you can just come to your start button. Can you see my start button below? Down, can you see my start button? I click on start button. I'll see all my softwares, all the software that are on my on my system. So can you see corridor here? So I can click on this and then open it, or I'll just come to this my desktop background, double click on this one. Okay, so either I could double click and open it, or I right click. You just right click and click on open. Okay, so or another way is this: you can just come to this search bar, you click on this search bar and then type in coreldraw. Use your keyboard and type coreldraw. Can you see I'm typing it? Can you see now it has come up? So once it has come up like this, you just click on it, then it will open up your coreldraw. So these are many ways to open coreldraw on your system. So let me use this one. I can just double click. Double clicking means clicking two times. Okay, double clicking means clicking two times. Let me teach you what double clicking means by this side. Double clicking does not mean if you just click bam, you just wait and click again. No, double clicking means tapping twice immediately. One, two. Can you see it? One, two. Okay, so let me use it on this. I'll just click two times now. One, two, and wait for it. Can you see it has started opening? So this is how to open coreldraw. So once you are through, and let me say this, please don't just go over to Google and try to install coreldraw into your system. Okay, because and don't try to pay, because if you install coreldraw into your system, it will just you just have access to the free trial, which after 30 days it will expire and they will ask you to install again. Okay, in some cases most person may even decide to make payment to pay for coreldraw software. Is not a small money. Okay, but if you're able to get your system to an engineer, they knows how to install cracked version of coreldraw, which you can use for a longer time. Okay, so once my own opens like this, I'll just click on close so that it can continue opening. Okay, so let me maximize this. Okay, so this is the interface of coreldraw. This is interface of coreldraw. Any coreldraw you open, whether it's higher version or lower version, this is how it will look like immediately you open it. Okay, so remember, if you have been able to if you have been able to if you have done computer training, you observe that if you're opening Microsoft Word, you're not just going to see the inside of Microsoft Word immediately. When you open Microsoft Word software, you are going to see a box that will show you the templates, and also a box that will show you click on what again? Blank what? Blank document. Okay, if it's for Excel, it will ask you click on blank workbook, right? Then if it's for PowerPoint, it will tell you to click on blank presentation. Okay, if it's for access, it will tell you to click on blank what? Database. Then for CorelDRAW, it will tell you to click on what? Blank no, sorry, new document. Can you see it here? New document. Can you see? If it's can you see something that is there, something that is displayed here? I'll just read it out. I'll just place my cursor. You have not clicked on this. I'll just place my cursor here. Can you see say start a new blank document with the default application settings? Okay, so I can click on it. So it will bring up this box for me to create my own new document. Okay, I can start to make some settings here. Just under this name, I can enter the name I want to use to save the design that I want to design. Okay, yes, you can just enter the name immediately, so that when you are through designing, or even when you are still designing, you just keep on pressing Control S instead of you just going over and click on save as again, in order to enter the file name, the name you want to use to save it and all that. But here you can just enter the name you want to save it immediately. Okay, and then come down here, you can leave it at custom. Then the size, you can select the size that you want. Okay, but if it's a specific size that you want to enter, okay, you can just come here, enter the size. You should be able to know the size of what you want to enter, whether you measure the size on inches or on pieces. If you measure the size on inches, you just leave it on inches. Let me explain this very well. Let's say you want to design something now. You have to first of all know the size. Let's say somebody asked you to design something, and he or she will tell you that the size of what he wants you to design for her is that the shape will be a rectangle shape. Then the size is 3 by 6. Okay, like it will be a rectangle shape, 3 by 6, and then the orientation should be on landscape. Then the person will tell you that, okay, that she have been able to measure it. Then you ask the person which calibration did she use. She tell you that she was able to measure it on inches. So you come here, leave it on inches, and then enter the size. She said that the width is 3. Okay, the width is 6. Why the height is 3. Can you see I'm just deleting this? Okay, you can just I write it, and then enter the number that you want immediately. Then you to delete it. Or another way is that you can just click here, you place your backspace. Can you see I'm deleting it? Okay, and then enter the size, say 6 by 3. Okay, being that she was able to measure it on inches, that is why it's on inches. Okay, if she say that she measured it on millimeter, you have to click on millimeter and then enter the value she got on millimeter. Okay, okay, so then if for example, if it's a default size, if it's a default size, the size that is already on every system, let's say somebody asked you to design a letterhead. Okay, a letterhead. Let's say company wants you to design a letterhead for them. You know, letterhead paper is actually that paper that companies can use to write a letter to another organization. Okay, they can decide to use it to write a letter to a bank. Okay, so for you to be able to design that, there is a default size for letters. If for example you go over to cyber cafe and you want to do photocopy, there is one default paper for photocopying, right, which is A4 paper. Even somebody that have not done computer training might even know what A4 paper is all about. So that A4 paper is the same size of paper that companies use to write letters to another organization. Okay, but the only difference there is that the paper will not just be blank paper. The company will like to put their details, the name of the company on it. Okay, add colors, just a design. So they will tell you, okay, I will understand that you are a graphic designer. Please, you want to design a letterhead paper for us. Being that it's an A4 paper, and you have known that this is an A4 paper, so you don't need to go and start asking them about the size. You don't need to go and start getting that A4 paper and start measuring it with inches and checking the height and the width. No, what you're going to do is just come over to this size and select A4. Can you see A4 here? We have from A1 to A6. Can you see from A0 to A6? Can you see A0, A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6? Okay, so that letterheaded paper, the size is A4 paper. So you can just click on A4 paper. So I'm still going to explain more about this A4, A0 to A6. I'm still going to elaborate more maybe on the next tutorial. I'm going to explain more on that. Okay, so that is it. You don't need to go and start getting the size and start typing it here. You get? So the next thing now is coming down here, say number of pages. Number of pages. This number of pages has to do with, let's say data company asks you, okay, now tell you that they want you to design 2 or 3, or yeah, they want you to design 3 different designs for them. Okay, or let's say they have 3 different companies and they want to design that, and they want to design letter headed paper for all their companies. That means you have to design three different letter headed paper. So each one will be on each page. So obviously you have to create 3 pages. Okay, you have to create 3 pages. Let me just add it. I'm clicking on the arrow here. Can you see I have 3 here? Then coming down here, you have to select the color. We have major two colors. We have the RGB, we have CMYK. I'm still going to explain more when we get to color. So it depends on the one you want to use, but basically if is a work that that is to be printed out, just make sure that you use CMYK. Okay, this one, use this one. But if it's a design that you will just be online, okay, that will not be printed out, use RGB. Okay, in some cases too, we also design, we print, and also offer services and teach. Okay, so in some cases there are some designs that we are going to print it out, but we are not going to print it out by separating the colors. Okay, there's something we call direct printing, DI. So if it's a work that we know we are going to use direct printing to print it out, what you can still use RGB to design it. But basically know that you use RGB if it's something like, let's say, social media flyer, all these e-flyers, flyers that are to be on online. Okay, you can use RGB. So that is it. The next thing we have is rendering resolution. You can leave it at 300. Then the preview mode, leave it at enhance. Okay, so once you are through, you just leave everything as it were. You click on OK. You click on OK. So let me just tell you this. Okay, I have not changed this name. I can change it to, let me say, Fanic, or let's say Fanic Computer Hub. Fanic Computer Hub. Let me change it. Fanic Computer Hub. Okay, so remember, I can just, there's something that is here. It say, do not show this dialogue again. This thing I just set here, you can still set it inside. Even when I can decide not to make changes on all those things. Immediately I click on this new document, I can just click OK, just for this thing to just disappear, so that I can now go inside my coreldraw. Okay, but it's the same thing. Is either you make the settings here, or you just make the settings inside. Okay, so and if I did not shake this box, just know that anytime I open my coreldraw, it will still open up this dialog box. Okay, it will still open up this dialog box. If you observe now, I've been using this corel 17 for a long time now, but what I normally do is, just once I click on this new document, it will just bring this dialog box. I'll just click OK. I will not even make the settings. I'll just click OK and then go inside and then make my settings. Okay, so but that is all for you. If you want to just do the settings here, you leave it, then you don't need to shake this. Okay, you don't need to shake this box. Okay, but if you want the box not to be displayed to you again, you just have to shake it and then click OK, so that anytime, let's say, when you are through designing and you close your corridor, then you come back to it again, open your corridor. Once you're able to click on this new document, you are not going to see this dialog box again. It will just open up to the main interface, where you can now take your time and then enter the name when you want to save it, or even before you start designing, you can enter the name you want to save it with, then select your sizes, the width, the orientation and all that. Okay, once more, I did not show you this orientation. Can you see this is on portrait? Okay, then this is landscape, so we want it to be on landscape, so I select landscape. Can you see now it's on landscape? So I don't want, I will still leave this thing unchecked, this box, so I have to leave it unchecked. So I'm click on OK now. So can you see? Remember, this thing is on landscape. Can you see? It's on landscape. So this is actually the interface of coreldraw. Let me now point out all those settings that we did before we come to this interface. Let me point it out. Can you see up here? Can you see A4 now? Yes, that is the size that we selected, right? That is A4. If you click on this arrow now, you're going to see other sizes, exactly what you were able to see when we are on that dialog box. Then can you see the orientation here? We are on landscape orientation, right? So let me now come down and show you the pages. We created 3 pages, right? Can you see one, page two, page three? Can you see? So I can decide to create more pages by just clicking here. I've created and I've created another page now. Can you see page 4? Okay, then what again did we add? Okay, yes, we added our name, right? So can you see up here? Can you see up here? Funny computer up. Can you see that is the file name? That is the file name. So even if you did not add those details on that dialog board, you can just come in here and add those details. So even here, I can just decide to make changes. I can now say, okay, I don't want this, I want another size. I can just select another size. Okay, I can decide to say I don't want it to be on portrait, I want it to be on landscape. I'll select landscape. Can you see? So I don't want my this thing to be on this millimeter. I will just change it to inches. Can you see? Then I don't want maybe I want more pages. Can you see? I'll add more pages. Can you see? I've added up to 7 pages. So that is it. That is it. So this is actually the interface of coreldraw, and you have been able to understand how to open coreldraw and also how to make some settings. So in the next tutorial, I'm going to show you more effects. All these things that you're seeing here, these things are the tools that we use in order to create an amazing design. So just stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Currently we are running free 3 weeks digital skills training. This is for everybody. It's just a youth empowerment program. We want to empower everyone. Okay, so make sure you tune in. You can go over to our videos that is on YouTube. Can learn a lot of things there. So make sure you hit the subscription button, and not just hitting the subscription button. There is a bell that is beside that subscription button. Click on it and make it to be on all, so that all the videos I'll be dropping on this channel, you will get notified. All right, I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye for now.